Hello, everyone. Welcome to the monthly forecast for August. I am Rachel Moon, and let's just go ahead and set the tone right now with the lunar gong for this monthly forecast. Calling in healing energies, our guides and angels, and any other beneficial entities or energies that wish to join us here today. All right. Thank you for being here. So for today's messages, I will be pulling cards from the Tattoo Tarot for the main messages on love and life purpose. And for the messages on love and relationships, I will be pulling a card from the Romance Angels Oracle deck. For the messages on life purpose, I will be pulling a card from Titania's fortune-telling deck. And we will have a card at the end from the Our Tarot. And our Archangel of the month is coming from the Archangel's Inspirational deck. All right, so to get started, we have the astrology for the month and the numerology. We'll start with the numerology. Our numerology for the month of August is the number 14, and that is the Temperance card. And this version of the Temperance card comes from the 5-cent Tarot. I love this version of the card because it does show that play of opposites represented by the Temperance card. We've got, the weight and slowness of the turtle here, along with the lightness and speed of the butterfly. I also feel this intentionality with the way that the turtle moves, where butterflies are, sort of thought of to flit from thing to thing. They're not really maybe as intentional looking as turtles are looking. It's all kind of an assumption. We don't know what the turtle or the butterfly is really thinking or doing, and probably some scientists have figured things out that I don't know right now. But the Temperance card itself is about divine timing. It is about bringing things into balance with your health and your lifestyle, with your work and your play, with your internal and external experience, and also about really allowing yourself to be patient for things to unfold. So with this card being the card for August, we will be experiencing some need for patience and a need to bring things back into balance in our lives so that we can feel ready to move into, interestingly enough, Libra season, which is coming in September. So, and of course, Libra is all about balance. So, interesting combination there with this being Virgo season that we're coming into, and balance being an attribute of Libra. So, for the astrology this month, we are getting started with the Uranus-Mars lunar node conjunction. I did mention that in the new moon video, and if you have not checked that out yet, also in the email along with that, there is an article about this conjunction. So I won't say a whole lot about it here, but it is bringing some intense energies in, and it can feel like things are happening quickly and explosively and unexpectedly, and changes are occurring perhaps without a whole lot of control on our parts. So just being present with that, letting yourself ride it out, take things slowly if you need to, and get lots of rest if you can. Then we have on August 3rd, Mercury entering Virgo, where it is in rulership, and this means communication will be a breeze. Really, a lot of assistance to our communication will be brought in by Mercury being at home in its sign of Virgo. And this may also contribute to some overanalyzing of things, especially and perhaps the things that you want to say. So just be aware of that and kind of catch yourself if you think you're overthinking things. And then on August 8th, we have the Lionsgate portal. And this is a time when the sun in Leo, the star Sirius, Orion's belt, and the earth line up. And this is known as the Lionsgate portal because it is a time when the energies are heightened for manifesting abundance. This was first observed by the ancient Egyptians, who were using it as a sign that the year was going to continue, that there was going to be a continuation of time, basically. And it aligned, these planets coming into alignment aligned with the Nile water raising and their time to plant crops and continue growing their own food. So for them, this was a signal that abundance was going to continue, that abundance was coming. And this portal actually opened on July 26th and will be closing on the 12th. This is a really good time to set intentions for what you want to create in your life. And one way you can do this is to write a list of the things that you would like to create and manifest for yourself. You can bless it with some incense. And if you want to, you can fold it and bury it in the dirt, whether in a pot or in your backyard or in the park. Or you can symbolically bury it by putting it in an envelope and sealing it until next year at this time and seeing if any of those things have come to pass for you. But it's best when we're manifesting to just write things down or say something out loud and then just let it go, not revisiting it, not, sort of continually checking to see when the Amazon package is going to come. That's a metaphor that I like to use for wondering, when am I going to get the thing that I was asking for from the universe? It's coming, or it's not. Sometimes things are not considered to be in alignment for us for different reasons, whether it's because our energy is not there or it's really just not right for us. We don't always know what we really need. Sometimes the universe has more of an idea of that than we do. So just put stuff out there and see what happens. On August 11th, we have the full moon in Aquarius, and of course I will be putting out a lunar forecast for that, so I won't say a whole lot about it here, but this is going to be a time of growth and change, and it's encouraging you to look at what is outmoded in your life, especially toxic relationships or areas of stagnation that need a little energy infused or clutter clearing. Also on August 8th, Venus is entering Leo, which is ushering in some fun, lighthearted, romantic energy. And this would be an amazing time to have a date because the moon will be full. So you could have an outdoor picnic and enjoy time with someone special. And this Venus in Leo energy will encourage some sweet experiences under the full moon. On August 14th, the sun in Leo opposes Saturn in Aquarius, and this can bring up obstacles and insecurity. You're being encouraged to not take things too personally on this day, and it may be that we're just going to feel more sensitive, and people are also possibly going to be affected by this in that they won't necessarily be communicating in the most responsible way. So just be aware that this might be a sensitive time on August 14th. August 21st, the asteroid Avesta re-enters Aquarius. I'm not sure when it was in there to begin with, but it has gone out and it's going back in to the sign of Aquarius. And this will be a day in which the inequality of the world is highlighted. And there may be some people in the collective consciousness who are inspired by Aquarius's out-of-the-box thinking and creative mind to utilize this awareness of the inequality in the world to actually produce some solution that is unexpected or inspired. August 24th, Uranus is going retrograde in Taurus through January, and this will be a time for us to face our fears and let go of what is holding us back. So Uranus energy can be revolutionary, and Taurus can be a little stubborn, although with Uranus being in retrograde, it may just bring up a lot of resistance energy and towards those things that we want to see change. So facing that, dealing with the fears surrounding that, and allowing yourself to blossom into something new, perhaps in the new year. August 27th, we have the new moon in Virgo, and this is a wonderful time to set intentions for the changes that you want to see happening in your life. Looking for ways you can improve or enhance your experience of life, and just take caution that you're not spending too much time obsessing about the details, because Virgo is a very detail-oriented sign and can be very mind-oriented, with Mercury being its planet of rulership. So there can be a lot of mental energy expended when we are looking at planets in Virgo. So just be conscious and cautious around that. Right. So those are our messages from the stars for this month. Let's take a look at the messages from the cards. So our first messages will be on love and relationships for August. All right. We have the Four of Cups for relationships this month. And this is a card of foundations being built with regard to your emotional life, your love life, your connection with others. This is also a card that points to perhaps things that you have been missing in this area of your life. Maybe there are signs that have been coming up around you, things that you're being directed to look at, but you haven't been looking at that. You've actually been keeping your focus on what's not working or what you don't have, versus getting the clue that there are things to look for that are of value and you may be missing them. So this could even be, someone's been trying to tell you something about themselves or about you or about the relationship, and you have been oblivious because you are focused elsewhere. Alrighty, so let's see what romance angels have to add to this. Wedding. So this could be specific that you are married, and this is relating to your marriage or the person that you are married to. This could also be that this Four of Cups energy is pointing towards a desire for marriage, and it may even be that in the past you didn't think you want to get married, but now those feelings have changed, or vice versa. Maybe in the past you thought you wanted to be married, and now you're realizing that you don't want to be married, single or otherwise. And this could also be pointing at a proposal coming up that's unexpected, that you didn't see coming. Even a renewal of vows. So those are some beautiful cards for our love messages for this month. Let's take a look at what is coming up for life purpose. We have the Ten of Swords. So there may be some ways that you're overthinking your life purpose at this time. And this definitely could be connected to relationship stuff. If you are not seeing something, it might be that your mind is churning over things that are not relevant to what's going on. This could also be the mind working too hard to solve problems that are either not ready or able to be solved at this time, or they are not something you need to solve right now or ever are going to be able to solve. It's possible that you are, again, looking in the wrong direction, looking for the wrong thing. So I do feel a connection between relationship, the message for relationship, and this card. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is relevant to your relationship or your love life right now, but it could mean that this energy of overthinking is definitely keeping you from seeing something that is more relevant right now to your life purpose. I'm just going to pull one more card there with that Ten of Swords for life purpose. All right, you've got the Hermit card. So you're going to need to go within to explore what is really going on. What do you really need to see about this area of your life right now? You may have thought that it was one thing, that you had this idea, oh, my life purpose is this, and I should be putting my energy towards that. There's something else that you need to see about it, something else that you need to explore. This is totally the Four of Cups energy. You're needing to look deeper, you're needing to look in a new place, you're needing to look perhaps even on that spiritual level versus the more mental, world-oriented level. So look out for those things that are pointing you towards a deeper message about your life purpose. Let's see what the Oracle cards want to add. You have the Woman card. So this is about allowing, and I would say it's the same thing with the Hermit, because the Hermit is intuitive. The Hermit is seeking on that deeper level, looking for the intuitive messages, the messages from the higher self. And those don't come with overthinking, with pursuing, with forcing a solution. They come with being in the receptive state, being willing to be open to new ideas, to new energy coming in, to new purpose being revealed. And interestingly enough, I do see a parallel between this card and the Wedding card, because every time I see this woman, I think with the bouquet, and she's got a little something on her head too, she looks like a bride. So I don't really know what they're trying to tell us here about marriage. But, you know, it's possible that you're going to meet someone who is going to be a good partner for you in a long-term relationship this month if you're not already partnered. And if you are partnered, it could be pointing to that person in the relationship with you being someone you want to continue with, or someone you need to reevaluate the relationship with, or something about the marriage is being brought up this month as it relates to life purpose and as it relates in relationship. Interesting. All right. So let's take a look here at the Archangel of the month. What Archangel wishes to guide us and direct us in this month of August? Israfel. All right, and Israfel has a guitar and the moon in Taurus. So Israfel is music, joy, and harmony. Interestingly, the moon in Taurus, there's some creative energies that are under the surface with that. It's, you know, your emotions bringing up your creativity as well, stimulating your creativity. So looking for those ways that you can express and experience joy this month, and through connection with Israfel's guidance, especially if you are not connecting with that part of yourself. One thing that I've been learning a lot about joy and the nervous system lately is that we often do not have the capacity on our nervous system level, if we have had trauma in the past, for letting joy in. Joy is an expansive feeling. And when there has been trauma, when there has been some kind of disruption to the nervous system, and the nervous system is in a healing mode, that feeling of expansion can feel threatening to the nervous system. So if you need help building your capacity for joy in your life because of some past traumas, calling upon Israfel would be recommended and supportive to your healing process, because we all want to be able to experience joy. Joy is an incredibly important part of our lives, and I do think it gets neglected at times when we are busy or experiencing a lot of upheaval in our lives. It can be hard, especially with what we're hearing in the news all the time and all of the pressures of daily life, to just take time to experience joy. And it doesn't have to be, hey, let's go to a concert and dance our asses off, or, that may be a great way to express joy, especially with Israfel being a musician or a guardian of musicians. However, what it could be is just sitting in silence and observing the birds, or observing your pets, or observing your children. Just taking in the gratitude for a moment in time. It doesn't have to be a grand event. So take care of your joy this month. Let yourself listen to music and have some journeying in your imagination. Take that energy of joy and let it help you to manifest for this Lionsgate portal that's opening up, and bring that into your day-to-day for this month. All right, and we've just got one card left to pull for the female hero that wishes to guide us for this month. What female hero wants to come out and show us some wisdom and some guidance energy? We have Edmonia Lewis, and this is the Five of Pentacles. So I'm definitely going to have to look this hero up. I don't know who Edmonia Lewis is, but I do know that the Five of Pentacles is a card of loss. It is a card of challenges around money and perhaps health. So if this is something that you are experiencing this month, it may be especially helpful to call upon Israfel to bring some light energy in for you, so that you can connect with your gratitude for what is still working and what is happening in other ways. But there may be some more clues when we take a look into Edmonia Lewis, and that information will be in the email connected with this video. So this, everything is temporary. If we are looking at some losses this month, then also connecting with your ability to grieve and release the expectation and the hope that you had in those areas where things are changing, things are moving away, things are being recreated in a different energy and tone. Just taking some time out to take care of yourselves in many ways this month, with attendance to your life purpose, your mind, your heart, your soul, and calling upon those guardians that wish to help us with Israfel and Edmonia Lewis. So take a look out for the prayer for the Archangel, as well as Edmonia Lewis's brief history in the email. And I thank you all so much for being here for this forecast and for supporting me in my work. I hope that everyone has a beautiful month of August and a pleasant entry into this Virgo season. Peace.